Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome NetVU's Chairman of the Board, Mike Foy.
Turn it up. Woo! So good afternoon, everyone. So how do we like Cincinnati? How do we like it? Come on. Woo! All right. So last year, I spoke on generational differences. I wowed you with my orange rotary phone. Everybody see that? Right? Here we go. Well, I want to put your minds at ease. 2018 and 19, we saw a lot of progress and change of some habits. Here's my upgrade. Yes, still orange, but a fancy new Galaxy S10. So for those that are not here, we're actually Facebook Living this presentation today. So let's give a big shout out for those people out in the home, not here, unfortunately in Cincinnati. So, whew. So I just want to say this isn't the only sign of momentum this year. Last year I mentioned our board was working closely with Vertafore to benefit all of us. I'm proud that this not only continued, but the communication and strategization, I still haven't been able to say that word, has greatly improved. You've probably noticed this week that NetVU has a slightly new look. It makes sense that our brand identity to look in sync with Vertafore. No, not bye, not that sync. No. We want it to be very easy for Vertafore clients, new and old, to look at Vertafore and see the two are connected. But NetVU is independent and will remain so. I actually refer to both organizations as interdependent. Each is stronger with the other, and our brand identity, including our logo, reflects that. The other piece of this project is our new tagline, Strength in Members, which quickly became our Accelerate theme this year and signifies we are powered by our members. So, big hand of applause to everybody out there. So our members are willing to help each other and get the most out of the Vertafore solutions. This sharing builds strong organization, community, and the industry that we all are part of. So let's hear what Strength in Members means to others.
A couple of things that come to mind with Strength in Members, mentors, teachers, partners, givers, volunteers, friends.
It means that we are a community of like-minded individuals that are passionate to make things better.
Strength in Members means to me the vast amount of knowledge that our members have.
It means we can accomplish just about anything together. The more members we have to collaborate with, the stronger we become.
NetVU is only as strong as the members that make up our organization. Networking and building relationships with people.
The strong community can drive change in the industry and the vendors we use.
Share with a greater community, not only to benefit us in technology, but in all areas of running our business in the insurance industry.
We're all focused on what can we do as an industry together. That would be a win-win.
That we have a fantastic user base to share knowledge and ideas, to collaborate and grow our industry as a whole.
Members interacting and helping each other is a very strong force.
Everybody involved in the NetVU community comes together and makes probably one of the most powerful teams that I know of.
We have Strength in Members.
So what do we think? Strength in Members? Good tagline? So I can confidently stand here to say our relationship with Vertafore is at an all-time high. Their leadership team is listening. They realize that our success is truly their success. And they acknowledge when they've had some missteps. But most importantly, they're committed to improving and being the leader in the insurance industry. Yesterday, you met Vertafore's Chief Customer Officer, Cassidy Smirnow. I talk with Cassidy weekly, and I'm impressed she has an entire team dedicated to customer success. My favorite quote of hers is, "Improving communication isn't something we can check off a list and call complete. It's a commitment we make getting better every day, learning from our customers, and continuing to make forward progress." As a business owner, that's a philosophy I embrace. And I appreciate that Vertafore's culture supports this. You've seen communication enhancements from Vertafore this year, and some at the recommendation of the board. I thought Cash should tell you directly about these.
You know, at Vertafore, we've been trying to really look at our customers who are the most successful with their products that they've invested in from Vertafore. And one common characteristic is that they're connected through the network of Vertafore users at NetVU. And so we know that being connected to this community makes customers more successful with their software. I would encourage everybody who's here to take the opportunity to maximize the resources available to you this week, whether it be the sessions, whether it be the tech hub, whether it be connecting with other users, getting to meet the hundreds of Vertafore employees that are here. It's a great opportunity to learn more about the investment you've made in our products. We have been really considering, what does success look like for our customers, and how do we get everybody to be more successful with their products that they've bought from Vertafore. And we know that leveraging NetVU is one of the ways that you can be most successful with your products. Connecting with other users, learning about best practices, getting tips and tricks, attending webinars, taking advantage of all the great educational content that is there. If you do those things, you are way more likely to be successful with the products that you own. So improving communication is a hot topic for all of us. We know that Vertafore customers probably aren't hearing enough from us, and that's feedback we've really taken to heart. So in collaboration with our NetVU team, we're working on things like the Radar, which is our opportunity to provide a monthly snapshot of what's going on at Vertafore, what's going on in our products, what's going on in our industry. We're also doing our Did You Know series, which you're going to see expand over the next year to include more products and more helpful tips and tricks. And really, it's an opportunity to leverage features of the products you might not know about. And last but not least, I think it's really maximizing your opportunity while you're here at conference this week to engage with other users, meet friends, learn from other users, take advantage of all the education opportunities at your fingertips this week.
So I applaud Cass and her team for their big strides that they've done this year. So, and I can tell you, NetVU's online community, that the members are really benefiting from the Did You Know series and the Radar. And I'm glad they're going to be expanding that in 2019, so look for more there. These videos reveal underutilized features, especially in the Did You Know series, that enhance the usage of the Vertafore products that you actually already own. This plays into another topic I introduced last year. One of my pet projects for Vertafore is ideas. I still can't pronounce it right, but okay. Well, I'm happy to report that Vertafore has delivered on 242 of these ideas. And that's what's scrolling right there on the screen now. It's right, okay? So it's one example of one example is automated delivery of eDocs. This is highlighted in the NetVU's Industry Relations Playbook last year. And the second, which seems very simple, is the ability to append an activity. So as this keeps going through, there are 34 additional ideas coming up in future releases that are hopefully planned to come out this year. Many other enhancements have developed from conversations within the work groups on ideas that you submitted. So how does all this happen? All this scrolling, and it just keeps going. I'm going to have to stand up here for another 10 minutes. So NetVU has created work groups for all core products. They're made up of passionate volunteers, your peers sitting in this very room. They're joined by Vertafore product managers and coordinated by Melissa Bond and her NetVU team. So work groups review the entries and ideas, expand on them, prioritize them. And then some of us in this room that are early adopters test, make creative, corrective suggestions that result in the general release. So everyone here today that participated in that process, thank you. So thank you very much. So if you want to shape new features, please join a work group by visiting the NetVU neighborhood here at Accelerate, or contact the NetVU staff after conference. Remember, your time spent on these initiatives benefits not only you directly, but our entire industry. These work groups are a shining example on how NetVU and Vertafore do collaborate. So work groups play directly into one of NetVU's 3 pillars, advocacy. The other 2, networking and education, are obviously on display here this week at Accelerate. I want to make sure you know that Accelerate is just the beginning. There are so many ways to engage at NetVU throughout the year. You can attend local and virtual chapters, answer questions through the online community, most commonly known as NCOM, participate in live or on-demand webinars, attend advanced education in-person immersion classes. So this is a substitute for what was power users years ago. Join a work group or an education committee. So what else do I need your help with? We need support for password federation. So as agencies, we need a simple way to enroll and deprovision our employees. It's a long, painstaking task when a new employee starts in an agency. So, a federated process done correctly will provide one place to make this all happen and not require contacting every carrier each and every time. So today, Vertafore products, Transact Now, VSSO, which is Vertafore Single Sign-On, can pass user email address and an individual token in the connection process. So, Mike Foy's perfect world, I would eliminate any of my employees needing an individual user ID or password for a carrier connection. So, let's face it, it's more efficient and it's far more secure. So what do I need? I need more agencies and carriers to support this effort. You can help by going on to signononce.org and asking your carriers and your fellow agents to get involved. And one of the things when you go to Sign On Once, there's a place where you can actually put carrier email addresses and contacts, so Sign On Once will contact those individuals. So I encourage all of you to take what you've learned this week and build on it. Yes, Accelerate is the crown jewel and there's nothing else like it. But let's keep it going. Share what you've learned with your colleagues. Obviously, come up with an action plan and use NetVU to learn more and connect with other members of our community. I've worn my share of many hats throughout the year, and being chairman's been an honor. I need to thank my wife, Sarah, my Foy staff, who hopefully is watching this on Facebook Live at home, and most of all, the NetVU staff for their support and assistance throughout the year. Well, don't worry, NetVU's in great hands. We have a new executive director, Linda Dodson. Thank you, Linda. And our next chairman is truly passionate about NetVU and has a strong team of board of directors behind him to keep the momentum and vision going. So at this point, please help me welcome NetVU's current chairman-elect, and for those of you who don't know it, Mr. Cincinnati himself, Joe Clabaugh.
Good afternoon. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the great state of Ohio, OH, and my hometown of Cincinnati. Ohio is pretty much the capital of the insurance world. Here's a little fun fact for you. There are 259 insurance companies domiciled here in the state of Ohio. And I think it's about time we brought our conference here, right? I believe this is going to be one of the best conferences that we have ever had. As you know, it is packed full of education sessions and networking opportunities. And Vertafore is even planning to knock it out of the ballpark tonight at the Success Celebration. Please make sure you join us for that. And if the weatherman is right, in just a short time, some storms are going to roll through. It's going to clear off. We're going to have a great party. And after we get back to our hotels, the next front is coming in. So we'll see what happens tonight. But please make sure you join us down at the Great American Ballpark. So you may be wondering, why in the world is a guy who works for a carrier standing up here on stage about to become chairman of NetVU? So I thought I'd talk about that right off the bat. No pun intended. Years ago, NetVU was made up of strictly agency management system users, meaning independent agencies only. Several years ago, the decision was made to expand the NetVU membership to apply to all users of Vertafore products, which of course extends to carriers. When I was approached to become the first carrier representative to sit on the executive board of directors, I was caught a little bit off guard. It was an incredible honor to be considered for that, just as it is to stand here today in front of you. I am truly honored and humbled to lead this incredible group of members as we work together to improve our overall use of technology throughout the industry. I want to let you know that as I stand here before you, about to take the position of chairman of the board, that this isn't something I take lightly. I will work for the membership and make this to be the best user group that it can possibly be. In my 30 years with the Cincinnati Insurance Company, my primary focus has been to provide service to our agents, answering questions, helping to troubleshoot, finding solutions, and most of all, helping to improve our processes to make your daily lives easier. I have always been and always will be the agent advocate. Customer service is my passion, and I bring this passion with me to NetVU every single day. Okay, that's me from 30 years ago when I started. I was 12 years old. That was before my insurance career, before all the gray hair, and before all the wrinkles. I thought last year, since Barb and Brent were kind enough to show us their photos, I'd go ahead and throw mine up there for a laugh as well. Okay, so let's get down to business. We all like to talk about the important relationships between carriers and agencies, but I feel strongly that only talking about those two entities is very short-sighted. The overall relationship is like that of a three-legged stool. We have the agency, the carrier, and equally our technology vendor. All three of those parties, agencies, carriers, and Vertafore, rely on one another. We communicate with one another, and we must stand strong in order for all parties in the industry to move forward together. Taking away one leg of that stool causes it to fail. As Mike mentioned earlier, we refreshed NetVU's brand identity this past year, and part of that process was to create our new tagline, Strengthen Members, which, by the way, I love. This signifies that we were powered by our members who help each other get the most out of their Vertafore solutions. Our new tagline captures the strength of our organization because of you, our members. Everyone in this room contributes to that strength. You advocate for change, you educate your peers, you push for advancements, and you recognize that in order for our industry to flourish, we all must work together. That is Strengthen Members. Okay, so we're going to get a little personal here. And from that standpoint, I know a lot about leaning on others for strength. I will never forget February 14th, 2014. That is a day that changed my life and changed my outlook on life forever. You see, on that date, I was diagnosed with renal cell carcinoma, kidney cancer. Yes, the dreaded C word. The disease that is non-discriminatory, non-judgmental, the disease that I will guess has affected everyone in this room in one way or another. Let me tell you, you find out a lot about leaning on others for strength when you receive the diagnosis of cancer. When you hear those words, yes, of course, you want to make sure you have the best doctors who know about the latest treatments and the latest procedures that'll set you up for being cancer-free. But cancer diagnosis and treatments are about so much more than just that. It's about the strength of your family and your friends. The strength they must find to watch their loved ones suffer through some of the harshest of treatments and side effects. It's about the strength your community lends to you as they help you and your loved ones cope, providing meals, lawn service, doing whatever they can do to pitch in, or just sitting beside you to let you know they're there. It's about the strength you can find among those who are technically strangers, logging on to a cancer patient support forum to read about others' journeys, their tips, and their recommendations. And of course, it's about the strength you find in yourself, strength you never knew you had, and strength that is buried very deep inside you. The strength to realize that accepting others' help is not your weakness, or is not a weakness. The emotional strength to accept that your fate is not in your hands. And the physical strength to undergo treatments that leave your body too weak for words. I am so grateful for my team, which contributed to my strength and recovery. When I see my oncologist now, he calls me his success story. You see, most people don't survive the diagnosis I got and the type of cancer I had. And yes, I said had. Mine was found early and quite by mistake, and I am incredibly grateful to share that I have now been cancer-free for 5 years. Five years is a huge milestone in my journey. That means my survival rate has now reached nearly 90%. I am beating the odds. And if you know me, you know that I will continue to beat those odds. I realize my example here is truly a bit extreme. But when I hear strength in members, I can very confidently say that everyone in this room is stronger because of our NetVU community, our family. As members, we support one another through local and virtual chapter meetings so that we can all use our Vertipore solutions to the fullest extent, helping our firm's efficiency and profitability. We log on to NCOM at all hours of the day and the night to ask and answer questions. We willingly and enthusiastically help newcomers into our industry and into our NetVU family. We give our time to educate, to network, and to provide direction to our membership. Without that, my friends, that, my friends, is strength in membership. Without all of you, without all of our members, everyone in this room, NetVU would be nothing. And without a healthy, thriving user group, Vertipore would not have the success that it does today. This goes back to the three-legged stool that I referenced earlier. We all must work together, stand strong, and communicate honestly with one another, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. That's the only way we're going to see progress and advancement in the independent agent channel. Okay, I'm through that. So before I wrap things up today and leave you, we're going to lighten things up just a little bit. If you've been following the post on the app, if you were paying attention yesterday during general session, we mentioned this during an unforgettable moment, you're going to recognize the reference of Skyline Chili. If not, here's a little Cincinnati insider tip. While you're here in town, you have to grab a bite to eat at Skyline. There are 3 Skyline locations within walking distance of here. Now pay attention and trust me on this. Go into Skyline and order a 3-way. I promise you it's legal, and you won't be disappointed. So grab some Skyline, let me know what you think. Now let me wrap this up. I again want to say I am truly honored and extremely humbled to be standing right here in front of all of you. I look forward to working with you, our volunteers, our executive board of directors, our Vertafore leadership team, our NetVU staff, to continue to ensure that our industry thrives and embraces technology. Before I introduce our keynote speaker, here's a final thought that I found during my cancer journey. This had a huge impact on me. Barbara Bush once said, "At the end of your life, you will never regret not having passed one more test, winning one more verdict, or not closing one more deal. You will regret time not spent with a child, a friend, a husband, a child, a friend, or a parent." I consider all of you in this room to be my extended family and friends, and I look forward to spending time with all of you in the coming days, months, and years. Thank you very much.
Are we going to latte the crowd?
Yeah.
Well, when I thought I was approaching retirement, little gray hair, I realized that an immediate past president, one of my duties is to chair the Accelerate Steering Committee. So tomorrow at noon, Vertafore will deploy a survey to all Accelerate attendees. And I can tell you, I've worked somewhat on this convention here. It's important for you to fill out that survey because we're going to start planning 2 weeks from now next year's conference. So I strongly encourage you to complete the survey, and together with NetVU and Vertafore, we'll review the results. This will help us shape next year's Accelerate, and this is your event, so you're a critical part of the process. So I've asked Mr. Jerry Fox here to come out and help me, because I'm here on this stage today because he asked me to do something for him many years ago. So I'm going to return the favor, and Jerry's from Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Mike, sorry. We've talked about this.
Talk about what?
Minnesota. It's the long O. Minnesota.
Minnesota?
Yeah.
Minnesota? Do they have roller coasters?
In the mall.
So mark your calendars for April 30th through May 2nd. Join us in Minneapolis for Accelerate. We're thrilled to be home of the Big Chill chapter. Jerry, you're a Big Chill member?
Absolutely.
You are the Big Chill?
I was, yeah. I think I was responsible for the name way back.
Way back.
Yeah.
So one of the things I did, like I said, I've asked Jerry to do something for you. So we're going to do some Fox News updates throughout the year. They're going to be fair and fun. We're going to start with some of them next week. And so you'll get to know what's happening in Minnesota. Tell us a little bit about it before we throw the video. Tell us something about it.
Thanks, Mike. Yeah, I mean, you guys are going to love Minnesota. Don't believe all you hear, but I will tell you that Minnesota nice is a real thing. And for those of you that went to the Super Bowl a few years back, do recognize that. Minnesota's made up of, Minneapolis has 5 lakes within the borders of Minneapolis, so we are the land of 10,000 lakes, which is actually 14,327, but who's counting? And that's not on the script. And the only other thing is, if you want to really get it and really get the flavor, just learn to talk Minnesotan. There is an album out about that, but if you follow me, use the long O's, Minnesota. Anybody?
Minnesota.
There we go, there we go. So let's see, try this. Minnesota Dairy. So have fun, it's gonna be a blast. I'm looking forward to hosting next year.
So let's see a video. All right, from the Big Chill chapter, let's hear from you. Come on, Big Chill, scream out loud, come on.
It's a big chill.
Woo! All right.
All right.
So I hope you enjoy the rest of the day, and I look forward to seeing everybody at the ballpark tonight for the Customer Success Party. And thanks for joining us. And at this point, let's go learn some stuff.
Thanks, everyone.